Hi, my name is Austin Black. I'm going to be comparing this camera, the RX100 Mark V, with that camera, the Sony A6500. So I recently bought the RX100 Mark V and I've been really impressed by the image quality. It's so small and easy to use, and I think I actually prefer it for vlogging to the A6500. So starting with image quality, the A6500 downsamples a 6K image to a 4K image. The RX100 shoots a 5K image and downsamples that to a 4K image. So the quality is going to be a little bit different, but that might be negligible in good light. So speaking of good light, that's where this camera starts to break down. I shot concerts with both the A6500 and the RX100 Mark V, and I find that the image quality of the A6500 looks much better. There's less noise, the overall image just looks really clean. The RX100 looks like a consumer camera in low light. That's just where cameras start to break down and you can really see the differences between more professional gear. I've also talked about my lenses with the A6500, and I love being able to select a different lens for a different purpose. With the RX100 Mark V, you're stuck with a fixed 24-70 lens. And it's not a constant aperture, it's f1.8 to 2.8. The lens is sharp, but I miss having more control to switch lenses. One thing that the RX100 has that the A6500 doesn't have is the ability to shoot 240 frames per second at almost 1080p. In fact, you can shoot up to 1,000 frames per second, but the quality really starts to break down there. But still, 240 frames per second is really good, especially when you can use a plugin like Optical Flow or Twixtor to slow it down even more. So moving on to the features, both cameras have clear image zoom, which allows you to crop in and sample a smaller part of the sensor and have a digital zoom without losing image quality. The A6500 gives you more latitude because it has a bigger sensor, but it's still a great feature for both cameras. Another cool feature with the RX100 Mark V is the built-in ND filter. So you can walk around and shoot in the sun with a lower aperture. Both cameras have zebras and focus peaking. Both cameras have built-in stabilization. The autofocus on both cameras is good, but I definitely give the edge to the A6500. And the touchscreen actually helps a lot. One of my biggest complaints with the RX100 Mark V is that it doesn't have a touchscreen to autofocus. That would have been a really nice feature for Sony to add. Another problem with the RX100 Mark V is that it doesn't record past 5 minutes in 4K, so it makes it hard to use for professional situations. Looking at the ease of use, this is where the RX100 Mark V can really shine. It's got a flip out screen if you want to do selfie mode, you want to record yourself shooting video, so it's great for vlogging in that sense. The auto mode does a really good job, although the A6500 has the same feature. The RX100 Mark V can literally fit in your pocket. It's so small, and taking it with you just makes you shoot more. Some pluses to the A6500 though, it has a hot shoe mount, so I can mount my Rode VideoMic Pro. It's very customizable. I have several custom buttons on my A6500. I like to attach the Joby Gorilla Pod to the bottom of the A6500. And while I can get more shots with it than the RX100, it's a lot bigger. The RX100 is self-enclosed, and you can use the screen to kind of act as a tripod almost when you're shooting a time-lapse or something. So the whole setup is just much smaller. So a problem with both cameras is overheating, but it's actually much worse on the RX100 Mark V. Once you get past that 5-minute record limit on 4K, you'll notice that the camera starts to overheat, and you need to give it probably 3 or 4 minutes before you can really start recording 4K again. For vlogging, that's not really an issue because you're recording short clips, but if you're trying to do something professional with that, it's unacceptable. Another downside to the RX100 V is there's no mic input. So that means you're stuck with the on-camera mics, which are not great. It's 11, heading back to class. The bottom line, I use the RX100 Mark V for vlogging because it's small, it's easy to use, it's got a lot of the same features, the slow motion is super nice, and the bottom line, I shoot way more. If you look at the vlogs I shot with the A6500, they're about 2 minutes long, but all the ones I've shot with the RX100 are 5+ minutes long. And that's a big deal. I'll sacrifice things like low light quality and audio quality if it means that I shoot more compelling content. That being said, I miss the manual control of the A6500. And the camera's just not as professional, and I worry that shooting on auto almost makes me lazy. And you thought the battery life on the A6500 was bad? Wait till you use the RX100 Mark V. Those things are like Tic Tacs. So that's kind of it. My name is Austin Black. For more vlogs, tech reviews, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.